Most people spend their whole life working jobs that they hate. And that's not because they want to. It's because they don't know how to make money doing something that they love. And I get it. We've all heard the myth saying your passions won't pay the bills. But that's not entirely true. We live in a generation where the internet has allowed us to commoditize anything, including our passions. It's just that most people don't know how to connect their passions to a problem that somebody wouldn't mind paying to solve. Today, I'll be giving you a step-by-step roadmap which will allow you to turn your passion into a money printing machine. By the end of this video, you'll know what your profitable passion is, who will pay you, how to make your first offer, and how to scale it without burning out. And I'd like to start with that a few years ago, I was where you were right now. Full of ideas, full of energy, but broke and overwhelmed and never knew a way how to turn my passion into a profit. Everybody around me just said, get a stable job. This isn't for you. You can do something else. But every time I thought about it, I always used to get this pain thinking, this can't be my life. I don't want to live this way. I don't want to live for the parties and the weekend. I don't want to live for mediocrity, but there's something special that I'm here to live for. And I wanted to live for what I love. And so I made the decision. I was going to take my passion seriously and turn it into a business. And what happened next absolutely changed everything. And that's not because I'm some big business genius guru. That's because I'm going to be sharing the exact steps that I used to be able to change my life. And now you'll be able to replicate the same formula in your own life. And by the time you finish this video, you'll have a clear step plan on how you're going to turn your passion, the things that you love doing, into a profit and a business that will be able to self-sustain you. And let's start off with chapter 1. And let's start with this. Not every passion can be profitable. The difference between a hobby and a profitable passion is this. A hobby is something you love doing for yourself. A profitable passion is something people will pay you because it solves a problem and fulfills a desire or make their lives better. And the way usually if you're able to gauge if your passion would be able to help someone else, or in a sense, make it a product that you can sell to somebody else, it has to pass this passion filter test, which is, does it solve a problem or make someone's life easier? Does it create a transformation people will value? Are people already spending money on it? If you answered yes to at least 2 of these, you might have a profitable passion in your hands. And as an activity for this, I'd like you guys to take a notebook and write down every single thing that you're passionate about and see if it fills out this 3-step criteria. If it at least fills out 2 of these, you might have something that can start a business eventually. Chapter 2. Your story is your edge. In a world where we can buy virtually anything instantly whenever we want it, there's one thing that we cannot copy, and that's your story. Your story builds trust and creates connection. I use what I call the LFM strategy to craft powerful stories, and the LFM formula is location. Where were you when you started? Feeling. What emotions did you feel at the time? In the moment. The turning point that made you start this journey. And then as another activity for this chapter, I'd like you to take another piece of paper and pen and write down your origin story. Don't beat around the bush. Tell the truth. Be honest. Feel human. This is what makes your story different from everybody else, that it can't be copied. And then chapter 3, what we really want. Who's going to pay you? This is where most people fail. They take days, months, and years crafting a product for somebody that they don't even know if it'll be valuable for. The first thing that you always have to do is to create your dream avatar. What's an avatar? This is the person that you would ideally like to sell to. And so right now we're going to be going down the process of creating our dream avatar. We have to think about things like, how old are they? Their gender? What's their lifestyle? How much money do they make? The problems they're facing right now, desires they deeply want fulfilled. And then you go to where these people are always at. Are they on TikTok Reels? Are they on YouTube pages looking for high value content? Are they outside in local areas waiting to be pitched to? Now you have to find your person. And then as an activity for this, we're going to build this person. Give them a name. Make them feel real. And this is how you'll be able to sell to somebody. And then on to chapter 4 is creating the perfect offer. You see, the big misconception is you don't need to build something that's perfect. You just need to build something that can sell. And to be crafting your product can only fit into 3 different criteria, which is a service-based business, a product-based business or a digital product-based business. Physical products-based business usually go around things like handmade items, drop shipping, print on demand, services, skills that you can offer to people such as coaching, consulting, or freelancing for their business, and digital products such as ebooks, courses, and Canva templates. Pick one that you love, pick one that you enjoy doing on a daily basis, and start it and launch it. But then most importantly, be able to launch it with the least cost possible. And remember this, that speed beats perfection. That means the quicker you can get your product out and crash test it and see if the market likes it, is then when you'll be able to see if this product can solve other people's problems, or you just need to go back to the drawing board again. And this is how you'll be able to turn your passions into a profit. Let's say you enjoy exercising and you have the knowledge that people would like to know on how to exercise, because people don't really know how to exercise. You'll be able to turn your passion into profit by doing coaching sessions for people, by turning it into a coaching course, or turning it into one-on-one online coaching, giving people your time, or even making a product that'll be able to help them achieve their goals. Let's say you enjoy cooking and are quite good at it. People have been buying cookbooks for years, learning how to do new recipes. And if you have all those skills in your back pocket, you'll be able to sell that to them with a happy heart. Or let's say you enjoy washing cars. You can start your own car wash in your own house and then eventually be able to scale it to the point where you'll have this conglomerate of a car wash. And there's another sneak peek. AI has been able to commoditize all of these things because it has streamlined everything. It has made it so much easier to be able to do all these things. Before then, you needed big teams, you needed to be able to work on softwares to be able to release digital products. But now, AI has allowed us to be able to do these things in a click of a button, and instantaneously, you have a business that's able to convert people into customers just by doing the things that you love. And then this leads us into the next activity for this chapter, is for you to build an offer that you'd be able to sell to someone. Let's say you like cooking. How are you going to give people enough value from your cooking passion? Is it going to be starting an ebook for them or teaching them one-on-one on how to do this? Trust me, how you do it doesn't matter. The fact that you do it matters. Chapter 5 is simple brand building. Don't overcomplicate this. Your brand is only 3 things: a name people remember, visuals that look clean and consistent, and messaging that speaks to your audience, pain, and desire. You don't need a $2,000 logo to be able to start off your own brand. These things you're able to do for free on Canva. And then for this activity, you're really going to build out your brand. What colors do you like? What is the tone that you want to speak to? Are you going to be more educational, entertaining, or edutaining your customers? You have to think about all these things before starting. And then chapter 6 is story-driven marketing. Tell them facts and sell them the stories. But then this is the difficult part of content creation. You actually need to learn. Learn how to make hooks that are able to stop your person mid-scroll to actually watch your content. Examples of scroll stoppers can be like, I wish someone told me this before I wasted 3 years. Most people fail at this because they don't understand this. And then create content that's emotional, not just informational. Make your reader feel like you've just read their mind. Make them feel like you've just given them a piece of value that they can't go without, just because you've been able to write your avatar so perfectly and you're able to fix the exact pain points that they have. And then for this activity, it's you just literally getting to it. Go in and start posting at least 1 reel a day. Test the waters, see what works for you, see what you can do on a consistent basis without ruining the quality of the video, and see what you truly enjoy and that you'd be able to do for much longer. The truth with content creation is sometimes you have to wait months or maybe even years before you're able to see results. But when you do see results, then it'll be all worth it. Then chapter 7, getting your first sale. Your first sale will always feel like magic, but here's the misconception. You don't need a big audience to be able to make a lot of sales. Here's an example of how you can launch your business. Post about your offer in your personal network. Share it in relevant groups. Collaborate with someone who has your audience, like an influencer. Let's imagine you pick the cooking example. And imagine right now you don't really have the following that you need to be able to scale yourself into a good business. What you can do is go to influencers that are in the same niche as yours and offer them commission-based sales on your digital product. So that will basically mean that they'll just post on their stories, and if somebody from their network buys, you'll make the money and they'll get their commission in return, which will allow you to absolutely skyrocket your income without having a big audience. And then once you've built your own audience from consistency on posting, then you won't need influencers, but everything will just come from you advertising on your own platform and bringing in your own sales. This is what many affiliate marketers do. They go to people with big audiences, they post on their stories for them, and this is how they get their first initial sales until their network is grown big enough for them to do it by themselves. And for this activity, try and make your product first and then bring it into the right eyes. Go to people, ask them if they can market it for you, and see what results you can get. And then chapter 8, scaling without burning out. Once you've seen that your product works and actually helps people out in their lives, now it's about scaling it without burning out. And there's many ways to be able to do it, like upselling. For example, you can turn your one offer into a bundle, repurpose content for multiple platforms, and automate sales with simple systems like ManyChat, email marketing, and building your own online store. And then for this next activity, create a scaling roadmap. And what does this look like? It looks like things that you'll be able to add onto your products down the line once you see it works, and how to outsource your work in the coming months if your product actually sells. You see, we live in a generation where most people have discovered the skill of being able to turn their passions into income. And that doesn't mean that it's impossible for you. It just means you haven't tried hard enough yet. And I'm sure with these skills that I've been able to give you on this video, you won't only be able to start up your own profitable business from the things that you love, but you'll be able to see growth in your income and the things that you can do, and eventually be able to see the life that you want to live one day. Passion is not just on the weekends, having fun with mates or partying, but if you follow this roadmap, you won't only be able to build something that gives you joy, but you'll be able to get freedom and a sense of purpose with income. Now, here's your next step. I'm creating a digital ebook which will be able to teach you guys how to not only turn your passions into an income, but turn it into a business that can sustain you for life. And when this book eventually comes out, actually do the things that are written in it, because action is the key to be able to get closer to your dreams. And remember this, your passion matters, you matter, your story matters, and yes, you can make money with this.